Shalom. It is my privilege to be with you again as we sit in each other's silence. It is Passiontide, that time before Easter in which we become so aware of the passion of Christ, the pain, the suffering that he must have experienced. And then it becomes a mystical experience. In a wordless silence, we cannot understand the impact, the full meaning of what happened there. And today, as we sit in each other's silence, we will be contemplating the passion of Christ. Perhaps it might become a very visual reality to us as we become aware of suffering, of being forsaken by some, of hanging on the cross, the experience of being forsaken on the cross, and his death on the cross. And then perhaps another very vivid image might be that of a Roman soldier doing the rounds, making sure that everybody who had been crucified was dead, breaking the bones of those who were still alive, and then coming to Jesus, realizing that he was already dead. But still he took a spear and pierced the side of Jesus. And it is described that blood and water came gushing out of his side. And today, as that becomes a very vivid image for us, we might be thinking about what it might signify, what symbolism there might be to it. And as we become aware of blood and water gushing, we might be reminded of a different process, a birthing process, water breaking. And then we might become curious. Might this be another birth? Might this painful, suffering experience of Jesus on the cross be the start of a new birthing, a new life, emerging? And as we become curious, we might also become excited about that. But first we're going to just breathe deeply again and just become aware of breath. Breath as life-giving. As we breathe in, we might just think of the sacred gift of breath, of life. As we breathe out, we might be reminded of the last breath as Jesus breathed out for the last time. So let us just breathe in deeply and as we breathe out, perhaps we might wonder about His passion, His suffering. And allow your breathing to once again remind you of the eternal process of dying and being born, of a new life starting from the death of the old life. But let us read in John 19, verse 34. But one of the soldiers took a spear and pierced Jesus' side, and blood and water gushed out. Let us now sit in each other's silence, breathing, also experiencing that there can never be a separation again. That part of what we are experiencing here has broken down all separation that ever existed. So let us sit in each other's silence, suffering, but also rejoicing in what might be a new birthing process. And now that we've been together in this contemplative sitting in each other's silence, let us also join in reading the following text from Olivia Clement. The cross is truly the tree of life, the axis of the world brought back into line and giving a new stability to creation. Humanity is eagerly awaited and welcomed. No one is excluded. from the marriage feast. The fruit of the tree of life is offered to all. The blood and the water flowing from Jesus' pierced side are the elements of a tremendous baptism, a baptism of fire and spirit. Indeed, the body of Christ crucified and risen is filled with the fire and wind of Pentecost. From now on, the earth is secretly identified with this body. There is no longer any separation. Life is poured out on all things. Breathe in deeply as this truth settles with you. And may you go into the rest of this day with the peace, the complete and comprehensive peace of Shalom.